teman-teman, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya pada hari ini, hari Senin, tanggal 12 Mei 2025, saya berada di Doha, sedang transit untuk menuju ke Azerbaijan. Di mana di sana nanti akan terminal Baku dan saya menunggu 3 jam di sini untuk segera berangkat ke sana. Sampai ketemu lagi untuk melihat pemandangan di daerah negara Azerbaijan. Oke, sampai ketemu lagi kita di sana. Inilah saya sudah nyampe di Bandara Internasional Heydar Aliyev di Baku, ibu kota dari Azerbaijan, sekitar 20 km di sebelah utara pusat kota. Nah, ini dinamakan Heydar Aliyev, itu mantan presiden dari Azerbaijan. Bandara ini merupakan pintu gerbang utama dan salah satu yang tersibuk di kawasan Kaukasus Selatan serta negara-negara bekas Uni Soviet. Inilah sekitarnya dan saya bersama dengan Sunti datang ke sini. Ini teman-teman segrup. Hai hai. Kita baru sampai. Hai hai. Kita baru sampai di Baku, Azerbaijan. Ini juga kita baru sampai. Hai hai.
Halo.
Baru sampai kita di sini. Dengan ya grup Sunti kita kesini seperti biasa.
Oh inilah keren.
Ini Bandara Baku sama grup Sunti berjumlah 29 orang. Kabarnya Pak Arif? Halo Pak Arif?
Halo.
Kita dalam sini ya.
Berjam-jam ya Bapak Ibu ya. Nah, ini adalah bandara internasional apa namanya?
Heydar Aliyev.
Heydar Aliyev. Aduh, harus di setel dulu lidahnya ya biar ngomongnya ini. Nah, ini salah satu bandara internasional yang ada di sini di Azerbaijan. Sekarang kita akan ditemenin oleh local guide kita, Mr. Jamsud, atau dia bisa dibilang kalau susah ngomongnya dibilang James.
James.
Ya.
Okay.
Hello James.
Oleh, halo James.
Oleh our driver. Oke, driver kita namanya Mr. Atesh.
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 Oh, Atesh.
Ya. Atesh. Oke. Nah, beliau akan menemani kita selama di Azerbaijan. Oke, Bapak Ibu, tadi ada yang nanya, bisnya kita ganti-ganti atau enggak? Ini bisnya kita akan ganti-ganti. Jadi ini bisnya cuma selama di sini. Nanti kita di border, kita akan dijemput oleh guide yang baru dan bis yang baru, Bapak Ibu. Ya. Kemudian aktivitas kita sekarang apa? Pertama kita akan menuju makan siang sekitar 30 menit. Sebelumnya kita akan mampir dulu, ada yang mau tukar duit, ada yang mau beli SIM card kah? Kita ke sana 10 menit. Nah, saya perlu SIM card. Katanya tadi buat nama restorannya Nob Bahar. Ya. Oke, Nob Bahar nanti kita akan mencoba lokal dishnya di Azerbaijan. Mulai makan daging, Bapak Ibu. Ada yang vegetarian di sini?
Makan daging sapi aja.
Oh gitu. Oke. Iya. To learn the fire. My name is Jamshid. It's a Persian name. It's a little bit hard to
why you come to eat short, you can call me James. So inshallah we will work together in the next days to the end of the tour as well. So here, I think everyone is the first time in Baku. That's why I want to start to give some information. Azerbaijan is a country which locates on the southern part of Caucasus, together with Armenia, Georgia, and some part of Russia. But we count as Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is the most populated, and is the most powerful, and is the most economic in this territory. Azerbaijan population is 10.5 million, approximately now 11 million. And out of this 11 million, 86% are Muslims, and the rest is divided into Jews, Christians, and some minority, there's pagans also. So the capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. Baku is like not only the capital, also the heart of Azerbaijan, because the petrol and the natural gas which we are taking, which is making our economy strong, is coming from Caspian Sea, from Baku city. The name Azerbaijan itself, it's coming from ancient Persian word, and it's from the combination of two words, Azar and Atar. It means fire. Kayagam means protector, like protectors of the fire, because till 8th century, till the time that Islam came here, the majority of people were Zoroastrians, the fire worshippers. After that, after when the Islam came, half of them voluntarily came to Islam, but some of them 25 years they struggled. They fight against Prophet. So coming to the name of Baku, Baku itself, it's also a Persian word. It means the place of the winds. It's a combination of two words as well. Babi, Kuba. Because inshallah we will not see, sometimes the wind is so strong in Baku that we can hardly walk on the streets. But it's approximately 2 or 3 months it's lasting. So as I mentioned, about Azerbaijan population 11 million. And out of this 11 million also 82% are Azerbaijani Turks. Not confused with the Turks in Turkey. We are cousins with them. Our language is the same, our culture is the same, but one difference between us. They are, the majority of Turkey is a Sunni, but the majority of Azerbaijan is a Shia Muslims. Shia, yes. Shia Muslims.
Oke, nah sekarang kita udah masuk ke pusat kotanya, kota Baku ya Pak Ibu ya. Kita bisa lihat kota ini termasuk kota yang paling maju ya di antara negara-negara pecahan Uni Soviet ya Bapak Ibu. Bisa lihat pemerintah Azerbaijan sendiri berfokus untuk mengembangkan negaranya sendiri dari segi ekonomi. Itu kelihatan juga kita bandingin nanti dengan negara-negara Kaukasus lainnya. Nanti kita bisa lihat Bapak Ibu ya. Ini kita datang ke Azerbaijan dengan kondisi kenapa kita mampir ke Baku duluan gitu dibanding yang lain. Ini karena kota ini yang paling modern dibandingin dengan negara-negara Kaukasus yang lain Bapak Ibu. So, dear friends, now we are going to Haydar Aliyev Prospect. On our right side, you can see some beautiful skyscrapers, which are funded by the government and made by the government. And when they are finished, they are given to Azerbaijan state offices. For example, this one on the right hand, this one is gas department. On the left side, which is providing natural gas and spread gas to Azerbaijan. Also, we're selling the Azerbaijan gas to export Azerbaijan gas to Europe. So also now another one on the right side, you can see it looks like a human cell a little bit. This one is a Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health. Yang sebelah kanan kita, berarti ada kaitannya sama Bapak Ibu datang semua ya.
Ya.
This all is Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, dear friends, Azerbaijan is rich.
So dear friends, as I mentioned, Azerbaijan is rich in petrol and gas. So we are exporting our petrol and gas to Europe. We are selling it to Europe. So Azerbaijan has one company, it's very worldwide, it's popular, its name is SOCAR. So it exports, which is responsible to export Azerbaijan petrol to Europe. Now on our right side there are two buildings. First one is the water department, Ministry of Water Works.
Oke, sebelah kanan itu Ministry of Water, Bapak Ibu.
And another one is the main office of SOCAR.
Ini main office itu gedung utama SOCAR, itu perusahaan yang paling
More than 5 floors, they are all new. All 5 floor buildings are Soviet time buildings. And they are not actually as beautiful as this. Behind these buildings you can see the real face of Soviet buildings.
Oke Bapak Ibu, kita masuk kota. Nah ini gedung-gedung yang bekas dari Uni Soviet. Yang Bapak Ibu yang sudah pernah ke Rusia pasti tahu. Kalau Soviet pasti sama bentuk, sama rupa, sama tingginya, nggak lebih dari 5 lantai ya Bapak Ibu. Sama catnya, sama bentuknya. Ya bekas Uni Soviet Bapak Ibu.
So, now we are going in front of us on the right side. Now we will see one of the Brutus designs, Brutus architectures of Europe and Azerbaijan, Haydar Aliyev Center. Now we are just crossing it on our right side. The building is called Haydar Aliyev Center. It's a cultural center, and where you can see parts of it like Azerbaijan history, music, and foods and everything about culture. Also, the designer, the architect of this building is Zaha Hadid. She's very popular in the world, and she is architect of a lot of buildings in Europe, China, and Dubai. Actually, this is one of her last works, and nobody knows what she actually described over here. It's like a fantasy and futurism contains.
Jadi gedung yang sebelah kanan Haydar Aliyev Center merupakan pusat seni dan budaya yang dibikin oleh Zaha Hadid ya Bapak Ibu. Nah,
Itu nih makan siang di No Bahar Restoran. Tempat makannya. All this ya? Oke, sip. Yuk, kita makan dulu.
menu siangnya ya, baru awalnya keluar Blormen.
Gimana rasanya di Tesela? Kalian gimana rasanya?
Kalau di saya semua enak.
Semua enak ya. Gimana tuh kalau enak
Karena cuma ada enak dan enak banget.
Enak banget ya. Oke, oh, ini belum makan yang lain. Gimana rasanya nih? Dokter Dice bang enak nggak?
Ini rujak Azerbaijan nih.
Masak Azerbaijan.
Aneh rasanya deh.
Rasanya aneh ya, benar. Rasanya aneh.
Ini beef nih.
Beef? Oh, that's really curry. The name is curry. Curry beef. Curry.
The menu.
Oh ya, the menu.
Ada kali.
In one side and 22 on the other side. It's representing 44 days of the war. It's called our victory. Victory symbol of victory. Yes.
22 kanan 22 kiri satu kolom simbol kemenangan ya Bapak Ibu. Fort Baku.
Fort Baku. Where?
On the right side.
Okay.
This all.
Ini ya daerah luxury-nya ya. Daerah luxury dari Baku. Baku tuh kan artinya penjaga api ya?
Azerbaijan.
Oh, Azerbaijan. Kalau Baku?
What the meaning of Baku?
The meaning of Baku is the place of the winds, the city of the winds.
Kota kemenangan.
Iya. Baku.
And on the left side is the entrance of the which I mentioned, the luxurious shopping mall, the Baku Mall. Called Baku Shopping Mall. Baku is the most luxurious shopping mall in Kosovo.
Did you say before?
Sorry. Yes, which I mentioned before. Yes.
Oke, Bapak Ibu, untuk yang brandednya di sini kayak Pacific Place-nya Jakarta, di sini Bapak Ibu. Port Baku Shopping Mall. Untuk yang branded sebelah kiri kita.
First name was the Museum of Lenin. But after when we got our independence, we changed its name to Azerbaijan Museum. Dear friends, now just on we're curving to the right. Now on the left side you can see a beautiful park, and this park is called the Boulevard, Baku Boulevard. The other side of the boulevard is the Caspian Sea, which contains too much treasure under it. And also Caspian Sea has borders with Azerbaijan, Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan and Iran. So now on the left side you can see a very beautiful building. It's from 1880s on the left side of the right building. This is a puppet theater for children. The original symbol of Baku is Maiden's Tower.
Apa the year? This one.
The green?
No. Here on the right side.
Okay. The monument of
It's Maiden's Tower. Maiden's Tower. Maiden. It's like a girl tower or a woman tower. Yes. I will tell the story when we go nearby.
Fort Regent. Okay.
No. Yeah, no. Now it's Sabayan territory. Also, the prospect we are going is called the Petrol Workers, Petrol Engineers Prospect. Now, if you pay attention on the left side, there's a very nice building. That one is Isaac. Part is red and the upper part is white. That one is President's work office.
Here.
Yes. Now the yellow building on the left side, you can see that was built in 1912. This one on the right side. Yeah, this is Baku Philharmony of Baku. On Saturday and Sunday there is a live classical music concert. Are from 19th century, 1850s, 1890s. On the right side we can see the building of municipality of Baku City.
Old City. Jalannya.
Photo group. Yes, sure. No problem. No, it's okay.
Mulai jalan nih ya ke kota tua ini, Old City. Lihat keindahan ceritanya. Kita nyampe di Ischeri Siher. Ischeri Siher itu dikenal sebagai kota tua Baku atau kota bertembok Baku. Ini pusat sejarah kota Baku dari Azerbaijan. Nah, kawasan ini pun diakui sebagai situs dari warisan dunia UNESCO sejak tahun 2000 karena nilai budaya sejarah dan arsitekturnya yang luar biasa. Nah, Ichkeria Seher ini merupakan atau mencakup area seluas sekitar 22 hektar dan dikelilingi oleh tembok pertahanan yang dibangun pada abad ke-12. Dan kawasan ini merupakan bagian tertua dari Baku dan menyimpan banyak bangunan bersejarah yang mencerminkan perpaduan berbagai budaya yang pernah mempengaruhi wilayah tersebut. Nah, di sini tembok-temboknya kita lihat ya. Dan ini adalah monumen utama, nanti kita akan lihat Menara Perawan atau Maiden Tower. Kita lihat Maiden Tower di mana? Strukturnya berbentuk silinder ya. Ini kalau kita lihat seperti silinder. Setinggi 28 meter. Diperkirakan dibangun antara abad ke-7 hingga ke-6 sebelum Masehi. Kita dengarkan dulu ya.
So, Baku as a city started to flourish from 6th century, but with the castle and everything inside, because inside there is King's Palace as well, King's Mosque, King's Palace, Maiden's Tower. They all started to be finished in 12th and 15th century. The walls we see here, they finished in 15th century. The height is 12 meters. In some parts it's 12 meters, in some parts it's 8 meters.
Oke Bapak Ibu, ini bagian tertua dari kota Baku pertama di
Also at from 9th century till 19th century, not any single army could enter or defeat. So this was the second war. This was the second war. It was a very big place where they were fulfilling the flammable liquid. If the enemy crossed the first fort, crossed the first army, before reaching here they were putting fire in the middle. That's why in a lot of times in the history, Ottoman Empire, Russian Empire, a lot of times the Persian Empire, sometimes they attack and try to occupy this place, but the maximum they take taxes and they win, but they couldn't enter the city.
Oke. Bapak Ibu, intinya ini nggak bisa ditembus, nggak boleh masuk dari abad ke-6 sampai abad ke-9 ya, 9 Masehi. Dia bilang ini dikelilingi. Jadi kalau ada yang mau masuk ke sini akan ada api di sekitar sini, jadi orang-orang nggak bisa masuk. Baik dari pas Turkis sama tadi apa Rusia ya, Ottoman ya Bapak Ibu.
Let's continue.
Masuk ke dalam istananya nanti lah.
Come out from here.
Oke, ini pintu keluar. Kita masuk ke pintu masuknya Bapak Ibu.
Oke, kita akan masuk ke pintu masuk ke sekarang.
Kita masuk.
Where is Maiden Tower?
Maiden Tower is inside Old City.
Yes.
I will show it to you. It will be at the end of our Old City tour.
Oke. Nah, ini kerajinan dari Azerbaijan. Beberapa kerajinannya yang dijual di sepanjang jalan yang kita akan menuju ke istananya ya. Nah, kita lihat nanti bagaimana. Ini adalah kafe-kafenya. Kita masih menunggu teman-teman. Namun di tempat ini kita nanti akan menemukan adanya monumen utama Menara Perawan atau Maiden Tower yang strukturnya berbentuk silinder setinggi 28 meter. Itu diperkirakan dibangun dari abad ke-7 hingga ke-6 sebelum Masehi, yang fungsinya masih diperdebatkan oleh para sejarawan. Namun kini menjadi simbol ikonik kota Baku. Nanti kita lihat yang mana Maiden Tower-nya. Dan kita pun akan melihat kompleks dari istana Sirvansa. yang dibangun pada abad ke-15. Nanti itu akan mencakup istana masjid, makam, pemandian, dan penampungan air. Nah, itu merupakan bukti kejayaan arsitektur dari dinasti Sinfansah ya dinastinya. Dan memang kalau kita lihat tata kotanya di sini memiliki lorong-lorong yang sempit. Sekarang masih belum sempit, nanti kita akan memasuki lorong yang sempit ya. Berliku dengan rumah-rumah tradisional. Tapi kalau kita lihat ini rumah-rumahnya memang rumah-rumah yang unik yang sudah tua. Nah, jadi dapat memberikan nuansa khas zaman pertengahan. Kita akan berjalan untuk melihat lagi yang asli.
So Baku has a different ruling system. Let's give road to the car. And all city has a different. So in all cities there are different rules. For example, if you have a house in old city, you cannot sell it as you want. You cannot renovate it from outside as you want, but interior you can do anything you want. All the buildings you see inside, they are already 200, 250, 300 years old.
And it's the traditional.
Yes, these are traditional tipo, traditional bags. Which was built in 1912.
Oh, 1912.
Yes. 1912, yes.
Still used for now?
Now, firstly, when it was built,
Yes.
it was a place for one Azerbaijani millionaire,
Yes.
petrol millionaire.
Yeah.
He built this building for the name of his son, who died in early age.
Okay.
His son's name was
Yes.
Ismail, and this building's name is also Ismail.
Ismail.
He built this building specially for his son, for his son's name after he died, and till the end of his life he did charity for his son's name from this building. So this building is the same architecture with Palazzo Cadoro, which locates in Venice, in Italy. We can say it's a copy of that building.
Very small, right?
Like labyrinth. If you
Okay.
enter inside, you can easily be lost over here if you don't know the road.
Okay.
So
like
after some time,
labyrinth.
I will take you to inner street.
Yes.
I will show you how it's very distracting.
Okay.
On the wall, you can see how surrounded places. The smaller ones, they were for army leaders to observe the battlefield and give commands. And larger ones that was for catapults, for throwing stone and flammable.
Cherry Shahar, covering approximately 22 hectares. And the traditional building encircled by 12th century and defensive wall. You can see it houses several significant monuments. Khasnya lion on the wall.
It's a catapult.
Katakut. Patapel.
Catapult. Catapult. We
Oh yeah,
punch
yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
Komplek istana ini dibangun pada abad ke-15, mencakup adanya istana, masjid, masjid. Nah, itu kan ada masjid di depan. Kemudian ada penampungan air. Jadi ini adalah kejayaan arsitektur dari dinasti Sinfansa. The Sinfansa's place built in 16th century, and this village complex include a mosque and bathhouse and reservoir. It showcases the architecture of the Sinfansa dynasty. Berbagai bangunan tradisionalnya yang unik dibangun dari abad ke-15. Abad ke-15 dibangun dengan berbagai arsitektur yang betul-betul indah. Kota tua ini, kita bisa melihat di sana ada Bailar Mosque, dan juga ada Maidan Tower. Ada lorong-lorong kecil yang katanya ini seperti labirin, sehingga kita tidak tahu masuknya ke mana, keluarnya ke mana, karena mirip dengan labirin. Lorong-lorongnya kecil di sini ya. Jadi bisa lihat di sini ada beberapa lorong-lorong yang kecil. Jadi ini tampak sekali. Sekarang kelihatan lorong kecilnya. Nah ini jadi rumah-rumah tradisional dengan adanya lorong yang sempit sehingga memberikan nuansa khas zaman pertengahan dan mencerminkan perencanaan kota pada masa lalu dan menjadi daya tarik tentunya ya untuk para wisatawan. Jadi kita akan lihat berkeliling karena dulu yang lalu. Halo, Dr. Imelda. Iya, gimana? Capek nggak tuh Imelda? Ngantuk ya? Tadi malam kita kurang tidur soal di pesawat. Iya. Bagaimana dok? Asik-asik aja di sini? Asik ya. Walaupun dingin ya dok?
Iya.
Tapi tetap asik. Miniatur book.
So, dear friends, this one. So, part is
To the King's Palace.
which is built in 12th century.
Yeah.
Inside is located the King's Palace, the King's Court. Behind me is the King's Mosque, which was built in 1441.
Okay.
And just on this right side also you can see
King
some
Palace there,
building which looks like a mosque also. That one is the funeral place of the king and his family, the most powerful king, Ibrahim Halilullah.
Ibrahim Halilullah.
Halilullah.
Halilullah. Yes.
His mother, wife and 4 sons.
Oh,
So unfortunately, from this museum, from the King's Palace, the most valuable things has been stolen from here during the Russian invasion.
sekarang kita melewati kompleks daripada istana rajanya ya. Ini ada masjidnya. Kita akan lihat sini.
Which is entered to the Genius record books for the number of collection. Over here, this is a private collection belongs to Mrs. Zarifa, and she has more than 36,000 small books. Some of them are one of the most smallest books in the world. So let's enter inside, maximum 5 minutes inside please. But come with me, I will show you the smallest ones, which is yes. So the smallest books are starting from here 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see in the middle. these are also if you pay attention in this white rounded part, there are 3 books, 1, 2 and 3. But is it enough? No. Coming here in the white angle on the top part, you can see very like a dot, a black dot. That's a book.
Jadi ini museum buku yang sudah masuk ke Guinness Book of Record. Karena bukunya kecil-kecil. Tadi ada yang paling kecil bukunya. Itu 13 halaman. Ini 13 pages. Ini museum bukunya. Ini yang
Unfortunately, from Indonesia, there is no book over here, but you can be the first person to send the book, miniature book to this museum, and after that they will put the Indonesian flag as well. The system, he was a brave person, and that's why the people loved him so much. This statue was put here in 1991 when we got independence, and over here 3 young Azerbaijani architects, they worked on it. If you look straight to the face, you can see 2 faces of life over here.
ya.
In right side, you can see that the hair is like human faces.
Oh,
They are
okay.
humans.
Ya.
Over here in the top part, they are doing music. They are carrying food on their head.
Yes.
And over here, you can see again they are doing music. So this one is the description of a wedding.
Ah,
Yes. While coming to this part, instead of the musical instruments, we are seeing here the woman crying. And instead of the food on their head, now they are carrying a coffee. That means that life has 2 faces. One face can make you feel happy, another one can
Yes.
can make you feel
Yes.
like sad.
oh. You're sad, yes, crying.
Also, the neck is
teman
coming
nangis ya.
like a tree. Means that it's a new root of
Nah,
Azerbaijan.
lihat yang kiri aja deh.
Yang musik aja deh.
Yang musik aja deh, happy.
Ini jangan nangis.
Jangan nangis-nangis.
Let's continue, please.
Oke.
Wali, apa sih Wali?
It's a Russian style tea making.
Oh, tea making.
So, firstly,
Yes. Oh, tea making ya. Oke, oke.
I'll show you now.
Yes.
So,
Very hot, I think.
firstly,
Be
they are
careful.
fulfilling water over here
Yes.
and putting fire from here.
Oh,
And after that boiling, putting the wood with the fire, you see like this, and it's boiling inside. This
Yes,
type
good,
of giving a special, let's say, taste to the water. After that, they are putting the tea on it, teapot, fulfilling it with water and keeping it on it. So that if you will have time in Baku or in Sheki, try this type of tea as well. That's very nice and very tasty,
oh ya.
and much more healthier than normal tea.
Oke. Buat teh nih, buat teh yang
No
dibakar
time
pakai
for
kayu.
Its name is Khazar.
Azar ya.
So here, I'm sorry, just please let them. Yorum yazsın. So dear friends, now we are entering to the inner streets. Please keep together because it's a like labyrinth.
Oke.
You don't have internet,
Ya.
so
Kita masuk jalan ini yang kecil. tadi lorong-lorong itu yang tampak unik sekali. Kotak-kotaknya ya kalau dilihat. Nah, mereka ini di sini kelihatannya melakukan upaya pelestarian ya, sebagai bagian dari warisan budaya dunia pemerintah Azerbaijan ya. Bersama UNESCO tentu telah menjalankan berbagai program konservasi untuk menjaga keaslian bangunan dan juga identitas sejarah kawasan ini ya. Nah ini penting sekali ya untuk mewariskan kekayaan kebudayaan kepada generasi mendatang. Jadi kalau kita lihat di sini sangat betul-betul dilestarikan. Jadi bukan hanya juga tempat wisata, kalau saya di sini, tetapi juga tempat sejarah. Nah ini jalan-jalan yang warung-warung kecil ini ya. Jadi betul-betul mereka melakukan pelestarian karena merupakan warisan sejarah ya, dan juga kekayaan budaya dari Azerbaijan.
Muhammad and is the architecture of this mosque is in Absheron architecture.
Okay. Muhammad. Still used or no?
No, now it's closed, it's preserved.
Yes.
Now I will show you the central mosque, the Juma Mosque.
Juma Mosque. Okay.
Juma Mosque of Old City.
Yes.
That one is open for praying.
Okay.
In 7th century, but instead of this mosque, in the history till 7th century there was a fire temple. When the people converted to Islam,
Yes.
they abandoned the temple. But for 30 or 40 years they didn't touch, they didn't destroy the fire temple. After when they were sure about that this one was abandoned totally, they destroyed and made a mosque. But in 899, one Azerbaijani millionaire, Sheikh Ali, with his funding, they destroyed that mosque, old one, and they made this new one instead of this. When he died, he told his friends that please, when I will die, put my grave at the entrance of the mosque. So anybody who comes to pray, so first of all, they can pray for me to Allah. After that, they can go. So now while entering inside, on the left side, you can see his grave. And anybody wants to visit inside, because and one thing about you, 3 roads. Over here you can see here is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it's for what? If there was any other army entered inside, you see the roads are not, the way is not so large. They were not able to enter with a huge amount of army. That's why the army of the local government, they were able to hide inside the streets and to come and attack them immediately. That's why it was very hard to occupy this city. So, and if they attacked and if they ran away, they came to such kind of squares. From here they went to different directions. That's why for chasing them was also impossible.
Barang-barang nih.
Iya, karena kayak labirin ya.
Iya. Labirin kan kepala kan dok?
Betul. Jadi nggak ada ekornya gitu.
Iya, gimana dong?
Nah ini masjidnya yang ada di Azerbaijan.
Who has covered? Please come inside.
There's someone there?
Because how beautiful. You can come inside.
Like Turki ya? ya. Yang kurang lebih 28 meter.
It's the ancient symbol of Baku, and that one was the building finished in 12th century. But till today there is a mystery about what they used it for. Some say that that was a castle for defending, another one says that that was a just lighthouse for showing direction to the ship, another one says that that was just for observatory for observing moon and stars. But nobody can prove positively. But we know that at the bottom of the place of the building there are 6 tunnels are starting. And these tunnels are going, one of them are going to the seaside, and one of them is going and connecting to the King's Palace. So if you can see that from this side, you can see some small windows.
Yeah.
When you enter inside, all the windows are looking to the sky, or to the sea or the bottom.
Ya.
And that's why there is a mystery about it.
Jalan
Nobody
kecil.
knows what is this for what was the purpose of making. But we know one thing, that in ancient Persia and in ancient Egypt, there were similar buildings like this. And also, if you look it from the sky, it looks like a keyhole. Keyhole. Yes.
Oh, keyhole ya. Yes, like keyhole gitu. Ya. Pas sekali nih Maiden Tower atau menara perawan ya, yang berbentuk silinder dengan jendela-jendela kecil yang bisa melihat ke laut Caspian dan ke langit. Tapi ini masih diperdebatkan oleh sejarawan. Namun sekarang menjadi simbol ikonik kota Baku ya. Mau dinner di sini nih. Restoran apa namanya nih?
Dusbara.
Dusbara.
Dusbara dong.
Ya, Dusbara ya.
Kita berangkat sih tuh ini.
Karena turun ke bawah, kita harus hati-hati nih.
Hati-hati loh tidak.
Ya. Jatuh. Mana nih restorannya? Kita mau dinner di sini nih. Udah siapin sini aja deh, makannya yuk. Bukan.
Kayak kita ya? Sini dong.
Enggak mau punya orang tuh harus kayak bumbunya nih apa gitu.
Aduh. Jahe ini lobak ya dong.
Kayaknya lobak ya. Ya udah deh kita.
Sini kita deh. Yuk paling pinggir ini biar nggak ada toilet.
Kita kan selalu bareng-bareng kalau makan. Jangan menghilangkan teman-teman dong kalau makan bersama kita. Here make hungry. Oh my god.
Supaya lapar.
Oh, katanya supaya lapar. This is vegetable? Ini sayur.
Ini kayak lobak deh ini.
This is vegetable?
Yes, vegetable.
Vegetable ya?
Cabbage,
Yeah.
cucumber.
Oh, cucumber. Oh, yes. And then?
This is also
Jalapeno.
cabbage.
Jalapeno.
Cabbage.
Ini
Itu cucumber, itu
It is
cucumber.
very salty, but it's very salty and
Sour.
a little bit sour. Yeah.
Sour.
Oh, okay.
No, salty also.
Asinan.
Salty and spicy.
Spicy. Okay. And
A
here?
bit spicy.
What is the drink?
This one is made from natural fruits.
Yes.
So this one is called compote. So during summertime we are making, during wintertime we are drinking them. Includes water, then this fruit
Fruit, yes.
and sugar.
Oh.
Suka apel.
Ya.
You make like this. Then comes out.
Oh. Ya. Plum? Oh, plum. Ya. Like grape. Plum. Terong ya? Terongnya diancur-ancur gitu kayaknya. Ini kita makan kambing. Ayam Azerbaijan. Ya. Atau ayam tabrak lari. Blender. Habis dinner kita jalan malam untuk melihat keramaian di pusat kota. Dan sebentar lagi kita akan pulang ke hotel untuk beristirahat. Ya. Dan sekarang kita Waalaikumsalam. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sampai besok kita jalan-jalan lagi.